What's going on, everybody? It is El Roche, and I'm coming back at y'all again on this lovely Juneteenth is when I'm presumably dropping this content for y'all. How's everybody doing? How are y'all? We checking in. No, really. How y'all doing? I'm good. Thank you for asking. Hey, what's up to all my new subscribers, for people that really took a look around, they like what they saw, and then they subscribed. Thank y'all so much for coming through. But for anybody who possibly is new to my channel, take a look around. If you like what you see, hit that like button and let's get on. I have no clue what I'm titling this video. I have a lot to say because it's kind of a recap of things that have already happened. Kind of catching us up to what's going on now, what I think ahead. And part of this could be a history lesson for some. I'm not even gonna put clips of my videos, old videos. I'm gonna drop links below to everything pertaining to almost everything that I'm talking about tonight, which is interesting because the main topics, one I touched a little bit, but I never just spill my heart about it. But another is, I was fenced, and I'm talking about the police lynchings and shootings. Oh, look at that, we just going right on in. We're just going right on in, ain't we? I've talked about colorism, colonialism. I've talked about the way we are perceived, which is gonna play a part in a lot of this too. It's sad, but it's so true that our lives, we're gonna talk about Black Lives Matter, we're gonna talk about speech and words and casting spells when you say certain things, and how the perception of us has been put in such a way to have others even be lost, confused, mystified to the fact that our life does in fact matter. I don't really like that line. You know what? Let's back up. So backtrack to what I said, what we're going to have going on tonight. Like I say, history lessons. We're going to get spiritual too, because I can. Because why not? You see this red and this black. You see this color combo. You see it's cute though, ain't it? Because I like how it pop on. I like the color combo because it pops. But I initially made a very long video on a Monday. Y'all know how I do on Mondays. If you follow me on Instagram, El Roche, you know I cook my red beans and rice, cornbread, sweet candy yams. I do things on Mondays, but you already know how I go. So we're gonna get a little spiritual too, a little esoterical, because it's Gemini season 2. My birthday just passed. Shout out to all the Geminis. Hey, best friend. Hey girl. My twin bestie, my twin best friend. Shout out to all the Geminis, Gemini season. We're gonna break down those elements and how those zodiacs, how the times and the signs kind of match in different ways. So let's hop right into it. If you are anybody that is of a all lives matter type, maybe if he was doing this, or maybe if they were doing that, they wouldn't have pull up your bootstraps kind of person, I don't care. You can listen to, if you're a bigot by any chance, I don't care. If you're cooning by any chance and you are my skin folk that ain't kinfolk, like Candace Owens, like, who are you, girl? Who sent you? If you are an agent of chaos, because they are everywhere, and we're going to talk about them. Girl in Wendy's burning it down. Take that ish. I like a 4 for 4. Why would you just blaze it like that? If you are a culture vulture, and I mean somebody who profits off of this, which everybody seems to. I was going to say move along, but you know what? Listen, it's cool, but I'm not here to convert anybody. I'm here to speak to us, Black folks. I'm here to speak to people who do profit off of us and claim to be rolling, who claim to be associates, who claim to be partners, who claim to be friends of us. You know, y'all, like, I mean, everybody. I mean, whoever wants to know anything about anything. I'm talking to everybody tonight. So, this is a global situation just as much as this corona, whatever that is, COVID, whatever it is today. This pandemic of the eradication of Black and melanated people is a global situation. I really want to just express that. I've always loved talking about the connection that we all have to each other, because I'm going to connect everybody. I'm going to speak for everybody tonight. I want to touch to my past. I want to touch to my ancestors of recent years. And I want to touch to my ancestors at home in Africa and everybody across the diaspora. Every single group is going through their thing right now. I know. But as of right now, I'm speaking to not just people of color. I'm speaking to and of and for Black people, African American people right now in this corner right here. But we gonna touch global too, because people seem to be lost when thinking that there are certain connections to these issues. This country, come on, let's be real. This country was built on the backs of immigrants. I'm gonna start there. Okay, I would. Indigenous people had to be mowed over for the labor and free labor of imported, we can say indentured servants, indentured, individuals came through too, who could be of different Caucasian descents, Irish, okay, whatever, sure. They're getting their freedom, especially in the colonial time up until recent. Okay, sure. This is a capitalist society and we work off making that profit. So we're gonna work more so with free labor than we are with indentured servitude. Pass that on out there, okay? 1619 up until 1860. 2, 3. Oh, you ain't tell us in 2 years. 65. Okay. We gonna get to that. Texas. Happy Juneteenth too, by the way. I'm dropping this when I'm supposed to be dropping this. My grandma's birthday, Lizzie, ancestor that has transitioned this year, 2020. Okay, 2020 is really just letting us all have a ball, huh? Woo! But in honor of an ancestor who has recently transitioned, who I've got the pleasure of getting to know and getting to love and getting to do something in a certain type of way. And her birthday being on Juneteenth too. Juneteenth, if we don't know, that is the day that slaves in Texas, Galveston, I always have a draw to these places for some reason, Galveston, really let their slaves know that they are officially free. I believe, was it 2 years? 3 years after Lincoln actually already declared slaves being free. But you know Texas. That is why we cherish this day, because this is when it is known and announced that we are free as a people. Were we really free all the way? We gonna get into sharecropping. We gonna get into Jim Crow laws, redlining, forced ghettos, low income, colorism, all of those things. But happy nonetheless, a symbol for us and our freedom. Blessings. So this video is for that. I want everybody to get a turn to speak. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that there's a lot that's going on that is surface level, that is deeper, that is an overall picture, and that is just period. I ain't got all the answers. I'm not saying that I do, but I see what's going on. We all know. It's not just I see. It's a lot of people see that there are a lot of underlying situations that have been brewed up and that have been stirred up. And it's causing a lot of people to be awakened to it, to take action to it, to speak on it. People are planted to just cause a ruckus. I'm not finna sit here and talk down or bad about anybody that is looting, about anybody that is rioting or destroying anything. I wish that y'all took heed and were aware that you can't be destroying things in the hood because they're already at a disadvantage. We're already at a disadvantage. If you're in neighborhoods that are already in, I hate to say this word because I love the law of attraction, but in lack, with certain access to foods, fresh foods, you know, even just bare minimum grocery stores. But let's not get it twisted. Like I said before, and I'm gonna keep referring to this country and the conception, I love this word, I'm gonna say it so much. The conception of this country was built off of looting, raping, and pillaging. We have built the economy. We have built and maintained the economy in this country. We're just gonna be real with that. When you take a tour, when I used to live in Virginia, went with my other homie, my best friend, shout out to Q, y'all need to hit him up. Conversations with Q. Came to visit. We love doing tours. I lived in Virginia, so we rode to DC so I could see Beyonce in concert. But when my friends finally made it, we took a tour of the Capitol. We couldn't make it to the White House in time because we missed that deadline. But it was very, you know, we still talked about it. We still broke it down. They loved us. They love us wherever we go on any tour. They knew us. When we passed anything involving Texas, they looked at us and was like, "What's up, Texas?" But we like that. I love history. I just love learning. I don't know what year this was. I was pregnant. This is when I was doing my natural hair tutorials. Just knowing that slaves built the entire infrastructure, the entire, our blood, sweat, and tears literally built. It's a symbol of our country. It's the Capitol. And to know that slaves built it is like, look at that. Look at that. But then you really break down the economics of a lot of things when you just talk about cotton. When you really when you weigh in how much people actually drew in tobacco, when you think about how much people actually drew in, you know, off of the backs of us, it's always been needed. There's always been some type of pull needed from us. For years, the perception, I'm telling you, woo, so many things have come to light from this whole past month. I've asked for this. When you ask for 2020 vision, when you declare things and you get it, you be careful what you ask for, because people have no choice but to see what is going on here. You have no choice but to see and just what you're gonna do with what is going on. What is going on here? One thing I know for certain, like I say, the black dollar is very powerful, yes, but it's something deeper than just our dollar and our spending power and the labor and the sweat and, you know, all that part. There is literally a draw, a want for the literal, your energy. They're feeding off of us in every type of way. They feed off of our anger. They feed off of our fear. They feed off of our despair and tragedy. And there's always profit off of despair and tragedy and buffoonery and coonery. If you really pay attention to that, look at what shows and what's hidden. Look at what's given and what's fed to us and what's always taken away from our community in ways that show us in the proper light, that show us healthy and show us thriving. Think about that. We have to ingest every single video that shows us being slaughtered at the hands of police, you would think that it was 1920. You would think that it was 1935, backwoods Alabama, the way that they are doing this right now. We're going to talk about them times too, because they are more recent than a lot of y'all care to think. Why are there lynchings around here? Why are there lynchings going on around here recently? Why am I hearing news in my city, in Houston, on the north side? I was just talking about going to a thrift store that I like to go to off of Ella. Why am I hearing about somebody being hung? We do not hang ourselves. This is recent news. I'm confused about what years it is, because I gotta back up in and out, back and forth, because people don't seem to understand or recognize that history seems to always repeats itself. And if we can find a way to listen to ancestors tell us how to cut it, and do what we can, do what we not can do. It ain't about can do what we supposed to be doing.
I gotta do stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
He is so good. Protect the children. Oh, that's my son dibbling dabbling through here. He back there doing his thing. But I have to, I want y'all to hear. Y'all hear the kids? Because it's about them too, y'all. The videos I'm having to see about brothers and sisters and babies being slaughtered by the hands of people that we are paying our tax dollars in whatever way you are paying your tax dollars to these people who are sent to protect and serve you. Why are all these dollars going to these people? Defunding the police ain't gonna cut the dead ends. That's not the root of the situation. Who's hiring them? Who's funding them? Who's giving them the okay? Who's letting them pass? Internal affairs ain't working in somebody's department. The judges ain't doing whatever in their certain department. We're not surprised about that, because the judicial system and all that in between is not built for other people of color. Black people. I don't care who looting right now. I'm sorry. I protect black businesses, you know, of people who really do mean well for the community, by the community, for the community as a whole. Yes. You know what? Yeah. But it's kind of like, not happy fire. I don't want to say collateral damage. I don't want to say, but you know, But when it comes to looting, when it comes to raping and pillaging, I'm talking real barbaric style. There have been other people who have came through and have done way worse to black people. Let's go, history lesson. Black Wall Street. You know, it's very interesting around that time. Not just the fact that Donald Trump is going to have a nerve to have a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Juneteenth. They know what they're doing, y'all. But the fact that this riot, which started in Minneapolis and just spread like wildfire, just spread like fire across the country, that air energy, yes, fire, but what carries that fire? That air energy. That is all Gemini, baby. That's what we do. We deliver messages, media, telephone calls, emails, images, just images, video. We had to see this man die, this brother. And yeah, we can dig up his past, which has a lot to do with media and showing, but that has nothing to do with the fact that we had to witness a brother being murdered by the hands of police. And people sat around and watched. If somebody is videotaping me, somebody please come do something. Do something. Throw a brick. Do something. Tackle him. Do something. If you see law enforcement, please, anybody, by all means intervene. Light the incense on you. I got to. Got my tea. Had my little smoothie this morning. We real zen light because I really recorded a whole video on a Monday, before my birthday on June 1st. I recorded the video. And something just, things happen. I got so much information and messages. Me personally, my own personal life, just period. At the same time that calls for handling, and then you get that imagery too. I'm getting all of this information about these different people, because not just him, just more information that, because we ain't even got time to touch on Ahmaud Arbery, rest in peace, Breonna Taylor, justice for her, Sean Reed, back in the day, what's going on with that, all of them around, that same area and time. We don't have time to just ingest, take in, justify, get justice for those other situations, for we got to take this brother in right now. Why do they take so long to show us certain things and then there's immediate overflow of some other things? It's very peculiar to me. Back to what I was saying. I keep dipping, dabbling in. This thing happened around May 31st and June, because I don't know what year it is right now. We real Twilight Zone up in here right now. We really are going to be dabbling back and forth, in and out of time, because it's things that are going on that ain't nothing new. Black Wall Street was a very successful town and city in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you got a church, you got a bank, you got a school, you have everything you need for a town, you are thriving and you are surviving. And they had that and then some. And just plain out simple, other folks, white folks, a lot of racist people out there for y'all that don't know it. There's a lot of people, your granddaddy, uncles, great uncles, aunties, grandmamas, daughters of the Confederacy down here in Alabama. We're going to talk about them statues, who still hold on to that romanticized Southern civil. Even you up northerners that are acting a fool, y'all wouldn't let them get in on the bootlegging deals. Come on now, with the whiskey and the wine. We could talk about it. But that's just flat out just didn't like what was going on with the city full of colored folks that are thriving and surviving. You know what they did? They destroyed it. It was a massacre. People died. Businessmen, families, people were hurt. People died. Rosewood, Florida, 20-something, 21. That's not, guys, that's not 16, 19. That's not 18, whatever. That's not 19. This is 19-20-something. Same scenario, same situation. Rosewood was predominantly a black community, and it started with a woman, a white woman, a young girl, claiming that a black man assaulted her in some type of way, and a lynching mob was sent out. And just end of the day, a whole town was destroyed. A whole people were moved out, and a whole town was destroyed. Let's go up north. I love how we don't just stick to the South right here. I love my South. I love it. But let's go ahead and skedaddle up north. Seneca Falls, Central Park. I love Central Park. That is one of the best places I love to be in New York. The beauty of it all, the freshness of it within all of that gunk and junk. But by golly, I wish that my peoples could have kept their own town and their own place, because Seneca Falls was a town and a place full of black landowners, some Irish immigrants too as well, but predominantly, mostly, it was called Nigger Town, Niggerville. They call them squatters, even though no, these were black landowners, people who had a place to chill and philander, who were black, who had space and a place and had their own things that they need in those same towns that I declared and talked about. But they had these same things, and they had to be moved out because either the city, or it was a federal ordinance, or a city, they needed a park somewhere, and said that Seneca Falls was the best place that it could happen. So there you go. And what we have, if you go through Central Park, they get a plaque. They get a plaque. Oh, they used to have J. Marion Sims statue hanging up there, the father of gynecologists. Ain't that interesting? He was in Central Park somewhere too. Ugh. But that statue's gone now, if y'all know about him at all. Confederate, loyal Confederate soldier who worked on and played with and did things, heinous things, with no anesthesia, by the way, to many enslaved women, black women. He founded a lot of things that they use to this day, but the way he did it, real American Horror Story-ish. Oh, hell, we'll just go there anyway, since we talking about them slaughtering people. Let me just go ahead and get some more history out the way, and then we'll continue. We'll get back to the present time. Let's just go ahead and talk about Devil's Punch Bowl real quick. Let's go back down south. Devil's Punch Bowl, Natchez, Mississippi. This is around the time since we talked about Juneteenth anyway. Around the time freed blacks were captured and forced into concentration camps where they were starved to death, worked to death, and a lot of them were not even having the decency of being buried, but very shallow, very mass graves. There are up to 20,000, how many thousand enslaved people that are there? There are many peaches. There's peach groves that grow through there. And it is said, do not eat the fruit that grows from these groves, because it is grown from the blood, the literal blood, the literal remains of ancestors. But let's go ahead and talk about Mount Rushmore just because we can. They were not supposed to be touching that land, to put their faces, to put those slave owners' faces, to put those founding fathers, those prominent figures. The Sioux tribe, God forbid if I say anybody's name and tribe wrong. Black Hills, that's sacred to them. That's sacred land to them. It belonged to them, and they were pushed out, and they were forced out just so we could look at them faces. Thank you. Thank you. This is, so y'all want to talk about looting. Y'all want to get on the issue about looting. This is spiritual warfare. It really is. And let's just get, it really is. You cannot doubt it. There's this real like ritualistic energy. They need to see something. They need to show something. They promote our death. They praise us in our death. They feed off of you through that. They took this man on a tour and they treated it like a concert. And that made me feel weird. And you stopped at all these different places, the way y'all did, how y'all did. And it just, why? What is it? Why were celebrities showing up for that? What happened to COVID? What happened to us not even being able to bury our own loved ones properly? What's up with that? What's up with us not having, I had transitions. There are transitions throughout this epidemic, pandemic, whatever. And I, at the time, I didn't know what to do, you know? But now, but y'all got, bless you.
Thank you.
But y'all got concerts going on right now.
Action.
Y'all got concerts going on right now. I don't understand that. 1 minute with COVID, y'all talking about one thing y'all talking about another. Y'all got celebrities out here just all positive, then they not talking about it, and then everybody's being weird. Everybody's being weird. They've been having this situation a long time ago. Y'all didn't want to do anything, but people showed us that there's an issue, and y'all now all of a sudden there's this agenda on agenda on agenda. It's like, what's up? What's up? Back to that Gemini energy. Shout out to my Geminis again. It's about twins. Think about twins. This Steven Jackson fella, whoever this is, sorry, and the brother that passed away, George Floyd. They look so much alike. And Steven Jackson just playing, he daddy. He daddy now. To baby girl, she is so beautiful. Shout out to all of his children. I hope that all of them get peace and ease with their heart, because it is never easy losing a loved one, let alone a father. And let's recognize all of them. Let's recognize all of his family. Let's recognize all of the victims' families out there and getting the justice that they need and deserve. Ancestors getting the justice and what they need and deserve. That's just facts on facts. But that twin energy. People start talking about twin towers, y'all. Okay. But Gemini is all about one side, other side, yin, yang, light, dark. We identical here, but you gotta know that there's always that as above, so below, as within, so without. Also with Gemini, as of all signs have relation to elements. They belong to different elements. Even though we're getting to, it's Juneteenth, we finna start leaning towards that Cancer, which is water, but Gemini is about that air. We got that air going. What it is about air, like I said before, it is about a delivery of intelligence and in different ways that is of messaging. Because that's how we learn, that's how we deliver different information. We communicate in different ways. And like I say, media plays a part in our communication every day. Speaking to each other face to face does too. Messages, text messages, phone calls, and just those images. And I feel like there have been at one time, and I'm telling you, even before my personal shit, even before really seeing a video of George Floyd, because I can't put a my spirit, I asked for things to be open, things to be shown. You can't manifest what you want without blocking and clearing through bullshit. And I asked for clarity in every type of way. Spiritually, if I'm doing any type of reading, dreaming clarity, anything, somebody, just open. That's before. I couldn't put a finger why I just had these emotions just pouring from me before seeing a video, before information just coming in. I would just woke up crying. I just like, dang, I went talking to my mama like, really emotional. I promise you it wasn't, one at a time yet, because I'm always with the full moon, which was the last one, or a Monday, like I said. But no. Then all the information just start flowing in. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with all this information right now? Overload, explode. That's what was wanted and needed of a lot of people. But you know what? Part of that information wasn't just Agents of Chaos, which there are a lot of them that are sent to just fuck us up. I'm so happy that I'm not sponsored right now and I don't have any time. I mean, our blessings, and that's coming my way when I reach my goal of subscribers. Thank you again to my new subscribers. But it feels good knowing that right now I can speak however I want to, and ain't nobody finna pull nothing that I got or gave or nothing, because I'm not biting the hand that feed me right now. Because I'm upset with a lot of people, even some of y'all faves, some of my own faves, some of things I like, some of the people I like. I was like, golly, what is going on here? Back to those messages. You really got to take in why is all this messaging just coming in at one time? It's because they want somebody to pop. Y'all, you gotta be, I'm gonna agree with some people. You're gonna have to be a little strategic in how you decide you want to pop, and how you want to act, and how you want to do things, because you get more when you take your time. I'm gonna say that. You get a whole lot more when you take your time. I got information out the wazoo about things that I just see on TV, which I barely even look. Things I just see on, whatever news is coming in. Like I say, my own personal shit too. I mean, information just flowed in. And, I have to you get more when you think a little. You have your life when you think a little. Politically, I don't know what's going on. I don't get into politics too much like that on my channel. It's devastating because nobody, when different people were in terms, nobody were doing anything to stop what I'm seeing, what's going on. I'm seeing us getting killed in the streets. I feel like it's 1920. Like I say, I'm not seeing a difference from anybody. I feel like some on, I'm a Democrat, but I feel like some on the Democrat side lull us to sleep and pacify us a little bit. And I feel like when the Republicans and whoever else is there, I feel like they make us adjust and pop and do different things because they let us see, like, y'all, they tripping. You're doing something. So I just hope and pray whoever, the lesser two evils, I'm just gonna go and say that, is gonna do the best and with our best interests at heart. That's the most I can say. I mean, what? I can't just say go out and vote. People don't have any faith in this system. And it's devastating because I never want to, while I'm talking and doing things, I never want to disrespect my recent ancestors who did everything they could to make sure that they put some on the ballot. Have fought for the right to vote, and to be able to even do that is a problem to this day for a lot of different people in different communities. So I don't want to disrespect that, but it's very hard to be upset at different groups of people who are like, you know what, I'm out. I don't give a damn about voting no more. I just give a damn about farming off grid and doing whatever, because they're not getting the results that's needed. It's 2020 and we're just not. There needs to be a breakdown and a shift of all different platforms of people who are set out, who are supposed to be doing right by different people. Let's start with big corporations. We need to see our faces on a lot of those different boards in different companies that we spend our money, who needs our dollars, who needs our creative thoughts too, that we don't be getting paid for a lot of times. That's why Aunt your mama changing up stuff, imagery and whatnot. But the conception of a lot of these different places and platforms were never set out to assist us in any type of way. Were never set out to apply to us majority of the time. I mean, sometimes they did imply to us when they discussed us as being property, as being 3/5 of a person. Let's keep that 100. So, y'all want to talk about defunding the police. Let's talk about, let's disband the police. I had a conversation with my friend when I was upset about this boy, not this black boy, knocking this black girl upside the head with a skateboard. We're going to get to that. And I said, call the police, call the law on them. But then it's like, he did say, you are for us policing ourselves. And I'm going to say, you right. You are right, friend. We do need to be policing ourselves more in our community like other groups did. Black Panthers, who are demonized, like many other things. I'm going to say there needs to be less officers within the community. Y'all talk about let's just defund them. Who's hiring them? Who's setting them up? They're not the only ones. That's not the only setting that needs to be a shift. Let's talk about the conception of police officers. They were made and they were set up to round us up. Slave catchers, they were policing us, patrolling us. These officers, these judges, these constables, these wardens, these teachers. Think of all those people that we look up to. That's just their day job. A lot of them, or some of these positions that people hold, they were part of the Klan. Why you bringing up the Klan right now, girl? Why are you bringing up the Klan? Because why not bring one of the country's oldest terrorist group? One of the that won't get the recognition as a terrorist group, but we can't even put the Klan, the KKK, Ku Klux Klan. We can't even add them into that list of terrorists. No fly, baby. No fly zone. We can't. You know why? Because a lot of them are those same positions that I just talked about. They're the ones lurking at night, doing the heinous things that they've been doing for years since their conception throughout the South, and then some. Those same officers, those same wardens, those same patrolmen, those same judges, those same lawyers, those same teachers, those same preachers, them same bankers. They want, them same ones. That's their day job, guys. They did a whole bunch of other shit at night, okay? And let's just know that I seen the Klan. I was a little girl. We were on our way to, Louisiana. I remember, and I just remember being so hot. Some it was black. They had black, and it just being hot outside. I'm like, damn, why they outside? And it's heat covered up like that. But it was scary. There are towns in Texas that you don't even drive through. That from Texas to I-10, baby, and then some, and different roads off, and then some. We don't even stop at. Jasper, Vida. Somebody said one of them, Vida, had a protest. That was a setup. If anybody were to go to that city and think that it's a Black Lives Matter protest, you're gonna lose your life. Because they do have those things called sundown towns too, baby. Your black ass not supposed to be out there when the sun is down. Who knows what'll happen? Them same capes and them badges. The badges and them capes gonna be out there for your ass, okay? For real, they do work like that. But that's how they work, cloaked at night. But some of them having the audacity to be out and showing their ass. So a lot of y'all Karens are the devil. Okay, they are, period, point blank. Don't let me get too off track, baby. We gonna cut it right there, guys. That was part 1 of my video of who knows what I'm titling it, and we just breaking it down in sections. So y'all go ahead, stay tuned for that next one. It should be link wherever I'm gonna post it, but y'all stay tuned for that next one. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace.